Hello aspirants, welcome to the second lecture on polity. In last lecture we discussed acts passed during the company rule in India. In this lecture we would delve into 7 significant acts passed during Crown rule. These acts greatly influenced the country's present political structure and constitutional provisions. The period of Crown rule in India lasted from 1858 to 1947. This era began after the 1857 revolt, when the British government took control of India's entire territory under company rule. 1. Government of India Act, 1858. Following the 1857 revolt, the British government assumed direct control over India, abolishing the rule of the British East India Company. The Act, also known as the Act of Good Government of India, brought significant changes to Indian administration. It changed the title of the Governor-General of India to Viceroy of India, with Lord Canning becoming the first Viceroy. The Board of Control and Court of Directors were abolished, and the Office of Secretary of State for India was established, giving complete authority and control over Indian administration. A 15-member Council of India was created to assist the Secretary of State. 2. Indian Councils Act, 1861. This act aimed to increase Indian representation in legislative councils. It empowered the Viceroy to nominate some Indians as non-official members in the expanded council. Legislative powers were decentralized by empowering the Bombay and Madras presidencies, and new legislative councils were established for Bengal, northwestern provinces, and Punjab. The portfolio system was introduced, allowing the Viceroy to issue ordinances in emergencies. 3. Indian Councils Act, 1892. Continuing the effort to increase Indian representation, this act further empowered non-official members in the central and provincial legislative councils. Legislative councils were given the authority to discuss budgets and address questions to the executive. The nomination of non-official members was based on various recommendations. 4. Indian Councils Act, 1909, Molamento Reforms. Also known as the Molamento Reforms, this act aimed to increase Indian involvement in the legislative process. The number of members in the Central Legislative Council was increased, and the councils were empowered to ask supplementary questions and move resolutions on the budget. Indians were associated with the executive councils of the Viceroy and governors. Communal representation was introduced, providing separate electorates for Muslims. 5. Government of India Act, 1919. The Montagu-Chelmsford reforms brought significant changes to the Indian political system. Central and provincial subjects were separated, introducing bicameralism and direct elections. The Viceroy's Executive Council was expanded to include 3 Indian members out of 6. Franchise was granted based on property, tax, or education. A new Office of High Commissioner for India was established in London, and provincial legislatures were authorized to enact their budgets. However, the elected members' role remained advisory, and oppressive measures like the Rowlatt Act and opposition to the Simon Commission in 1927 stifled Indian voices. 6. Government of India Act, 1935. The Government of India Act of 1935 was a crucial step towards Indian self-governance. It established an all-India federation consisting of provinces and princely states. Powers were divided into 3 lists: federal, provincial, and concurrent. Provincial autonomy and diarchy were introduced at the center. The franchise was extended, providing voting rights to about 10% of the population. The Act also created institutions like the Reserve Bank of India and Federal Public Service Commission. A federal court was established to adjudicate constitutional matters. However, the Act fell short in guaranteeing citizens' rights, and the power to amend remained with the British Parliament. 7. Indian Independence Act, 1947. The Indian Independence Act marked the end of British rule in India and granted independence to India and Pakistan as two separate dominions. India became an independent and sovereign state on 15 August 1947. The Act empowered the constituent assemblies of both nations to frame and adopt their respective constitutions. The office of Secretary of State for India was abolished, and the British monarch lost veto powers. The Governor-General and provincial governors became constitutional, nominal heads of states. The title of Emperor of India was dropped from the King of England's royal titles, and the crown ceased to be the source of authority. This act was significant as it culminated in the end of British rule in India and the beginning of India's independence. It also led to the partition of India and the creation of Pakistan. The Constituent Assembly of India evolved into the Parliament of Independent India, shaping the country's destiny. The act allowed princely states to join either dominion or become independent, leading to unification and curbing secession tendencies. In conclusion, the period of Crown rule in India witnessed a series of significant acts and events that shaped the course of Indian history. The journey towards independence was marked by struggles and reforms, eventually culminating in India's long-awaited freedom from British colonial rule. Thanks for listening. See you in next episode.